Good morning, my dear student at home. Welcome to Regina Pacis online teaching. Today, we are going to be looking at the topic angle of elevation and depression. We have finally concluded the topic on financial arithmetic, which I gave you some questions to solve on our group chat. So today, we are going to begin with the topic angle of elevation and depression. This topic sometimes is part of the questions set in WAEC, so we are going to look at it. By the end of this lesson, students should be able to, first of all, calculate, solve questions on single triangle cases involving angle of elevation and depression. Secondly, solve questions on double triangle cases involving angle of elevation and depression. So let's start with what angle of elevation and depression is. By definition, the angle of elevation, this is the angle between the horizontal line of sight and the line of sight of the object. For example, if you take a look at this is someone who is down, staying down, looking at someone up the building. So this person is looking at this person with this angle. This is his horizontal line of sight. This is the angle at which he's used to be looking at the person up the building. So the angle between the horizontal line of sight and that of the object is called the angle of elevation. So that is why it is theta. Now, the person that is up is also looking at this person that is down with the angle. This is on his own normal line of sight. This is the angle at which he's used to be looking at the person down. So he's using the angle phi. So this angle is called phi. Now, if you take a look at this, we have done what we call an alternate angle. So therefore, you will notice that phi is equal to theta. So the angle of elevation is equal to the angle of depression by what we call alternate angle. So angle of depression is, if we restate this, we say this is the angle between the horizontal line of sight and the line of sight down to the object. That is for the depression, down to the object. So this one uses up. The difference between this one and this one is that angle of elevation is for up, angle of depression is for down. Let us solve one question. Now, take a look at the question. The question says, a student 1.5 meter tall, standing up, observe the angle of elevation of the top of a tree 20 meter away is 25 degrees. Find the height of the tree. So this is a very simple application question. Already they told you that the student is 1.5 meter tall. So if the student name is Adeze is 1.5 meter tall. So this is the height of Adeze, 1.5 meter tall. So he's looking at a tree. Automatically, you will know that a tree is bigger than human being. A tree is taller than human being. So if this is the tree, this is a big tree, this is the student standing up. So he's here. This is Adeze's eye. Now he will be looking at the tree. They say he looked up the tree. Observe the angle of elevation of the top of a tree. So he's looking at the top of a tree. He's down looking at the top of a tree. With what? They say he's looking 20 meter away, means from Adeze to the tree is 20 meter away, horizontal ground, which is 20 meter away. So Adeze is looking at this tree with an angle of what? 25 degrees. So this is his normal horizontal line of sight. So if you come here, I showed you this. This is his normal horizontal line of sight. This is the angle at which he used to be looking at the tree. So this one is 3. So this is his normal horizontal line of sight. This is the angle at which he sees. So they say the angle is 25 degrees. That you should calculate the height of the tree. So if here is 1.5, automatically this height is still 1.5. Now this is the height of the tree. So we call it big H. So from here down to here is the height of the tree. But we know here, but we don't know what is here. Let's call here small h. So therefore big H is going to be small h plus 1.5. So let's find the big H. That's the question. So for us to calculate the big H, we need to find the small h. Now if you take a look at the small h, they gave you the distance between the tree and that there is, which is 20 meter. So if here is 20 meter, that means up here is also 20 meter. So since here is 20 meter, we have this side is called the opposite, while the downside is called the adjacent. Why do we call here opposite? Because this angle is facing H. That is why this side is called the opposite, because the angle is facing here. So here will be the adjacent. And the opposite over adjacent is what we call tan. From our soccer tour, if you remember soccer tour. So since we are dealing with opposite and adjacent, we want to get the opposite, we have the adjacent, we are going to use tan. So tan is opposite over adjacent. So therefore if you say it's going to be tan 25 degree is equal to opposite over adjacent, which is h over what? 20. So since we want to find h, let me finish it here. So since we are looking for h, we need to do what we call cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, h with times 1 will give you h, 20 with times tan 25, that will give you 20 tan 25. Therefore h is going to give you 9. So everything is going to give you 9.3 meter. But that's not our final answer. Remember the question. The question says you should find the height of the tree. So finally the height of the tree, which is big H, is small h plus 1.5. So big H is going to be, we have gotten small h as 9.3 plus what? 1.5. So when you add the two, it's going to give you 10.8 meter. So therefore that is the height of the tree. Okay, we are going to end, because of time, we are going to end this for today. In our next class, we are going to look at some challenging questions that's being asked in WAEC. So we look at it and we solve it. The one that involves double angle, the one that involves some more critical answering. So we are going to deal with it in our next class. So don't be afraid whenever you see questions on this, and I will encourage you to read your books. Thank you for paying attention. Bye.